This is a free sample of the book Riches from Bitches, Exploiting the Sheconomy for Profit by Cairo Copeland. Available on Amazon, Audible, and reinventideal.com. Chapter 1. The Land of the Lies. Let's clear the air. I'm not here to single out women as evil, dumb, or gullible, nor am I claiming they deserve to be fed lies. Truth be told, men are in the same boat, just as susceptible to being bamboozled, just as deserving as a dose of deception. But here's the twist. Women seem to have cracked the code, establishing a whole economy around simps and the art of exploiting them. And most guys are simps. They'll spend their entire lives soaking up the lies spun to keep them in perpetual simphood, and women capitalize on that. Can't men do the same? These lies are dished out like a conveyor belt. Go to school, get good grades. College is the next step, and get more good grades there. These good grades will secure a solid job, climb that corporate ladder, and then find a nice girl and shower her with sweetness, and lock her down with marriage, have kids, start a family, buy a house in the suburbs complete with a white picket fence, and be an upstanding community member. Decades ago, this roadmap was the golden ticket to the ideal male life. Now fast forward to today. Post-Keynesian economics, American feminism, the progressive welfare state, and the era of social media. That roadmap has become less life advice and more of a life sentence. Remember when K-12 schooling felt like prison? You weren't far off. It wasn't about educating you. It was about using you to keep uneducated imbeciles, teachers and the faculty, they called them, employed through a welfare program that we call school. College wasn't much of a liberating experience after. It was either a debt trap or a breeding ground for closed minds and one-track thinking. Corporate America cares more about who you know and who you blow than the grades you scored. And it's not exactly a safe haven for men, especially with HR departments run by woke psychopaths. But wait, there's more. Hard work isn't rewarded in corporate America either. It's exploited. Then there's the fairy tale of finding a nice, loving girl. In America, that's like searching for a clean piece of hay in a dumpster full of used heroin needles. The typical American woman is likely a single mother, mentally ill psychopath, chip-on-the-shoulder bitch, or an obese pig. Even if you manage to find a good one, being sweet and loving to her won't earn you brownie points. No, that gets you ghosted, flaked on, or friend-zoned. These injustices are so rampant, I had to pen a whole book about it. Never Ghosted Again, which was one of my first books. Marriage in America? You're signing up for an unconscionable contract. And starting a family? Well, Keynesian economics and modern monetary theory have made that a Herculean task. The cost of a family is now your future and your freedom. Kids may adore their father initially, but throw in some K-12 schooling, a dash of college, or a sprinkle of social media, and they'll be indoctrinated to hate him. Because, he's part of that evil patriarchy. Buying a house in today's economy, well, that's a privilege reserved for the wealthy, courtesy of Keynesian economics and modern monetary theory. All those moral and social imperatives you were told you must follow are nothing but lies. Whether malicious or unintentional, you were duped, and these lies cost many men their entire lives. Those who break free from these doctrines may prevent further harm, but the damage is done. Enter Reinvent Ideal, my company, which is a haven for men seeking an alternative pathway leading to newer, ideal lives. I encourage men to explore all options, weighing the pros and cons of each decision. But guess what? Sharing wisdom and information is often met with anger and resentment rather than open arms. Take a coaching client of mine, a poor soul who married the first woman to touch his peen at age 20, now plays bank for a wife who stopped fucking him after shitting out 3 kids, juggles the financial load because he's the only one in the household with a real job, watches in despair as his once pleasant wife morphs into a fat, unpleasant bitch. His kids disrespect him daily because his kids' friends call him lame, and their teachers indoctrinate them to believe he is part of an evil patriarchy. He had dreams of retiring, traveling, learning an instrument, and hanging with friends, but those dreams are now dead and buried. The only solace he finds now is in cigarettes, booze, sports ball, video games, or porn. Now imagine telling him he could have lived a different life, one akin to Hugh Hefner or Michael Sartain, had he made better choices. Think he'd be happy? Hell no. He'd yell, scream, and justify the ways he wrecked his one shot at life. For him, these poor decisions and justifications are all he's got, and that's why lies are the best sellers. They're the drugs keeping the losers of the world feeling good about themselves. An entire sector of our economy, potentially half of our GDP, thrives on this deception. Consider the college students of today, not chasing practical education or a career launch pad, oh no. It's all about the elusive college experience, a whimsical, unsustainable lifestyle where they play at being profound intellectuals, sidestepping the monotony of a 9-to-5 job, partying like there's no tomorrow, and securing their fair share of action in the bedroom. All for the modest price of $100,000 in debt, 4 prime years of their youth, and a neatly packaged financial future tied up in a debt contract. Regret? Not a chance. They attended for the prestige, the tag of being a college graduate. Then there's the modern American woman, casualties of feminism's grand promise that they're every bit as good as, if not better, than men. That they can do everything a man can do in a man's world, maybe even better. The path to happiness, according to this ideology, lies not in romantic love or starting a family, but in working and paying taxes. The last 2 generations of career-focused women lost families, spouses, and friends on the altar of this ideology, pursuing what others wanted for them, what was popular, instead of asking what they truly desired. True love might have been a yearning, but that Burberry bonnet had more prestige. Just like the clients at my Fidelity branch office, they see the purpose of their lives as proving a lie to be true. My clients desperately wanted to believe that paying off a 3% mortgage was more crucial than saving for retirement. They clung to the belief that they didn't need a long-term care policy. A fancy boat, they insisted, was an appreciating asset. To see real-life evidence, look at Charlize Theron, the actress, adopting 3 boys from the third world, but somehow all 3 boys are trans? Theron forces all 3 of them to wear girls' dresses. Do you honestly think that if she hadn't adopted them, they'd be embracing dresses in their third world origins? Of course not. But to Charlize, proving a lie is more important than the well-being of her adopted kids, because the lie garners attention and popularity, crucial for her existence. She's willing to jeopardize the mental health of her children to maintain that popularity. Many other Americans, especially those on the left, are cut from the same cloth, sacrificing themselves and others to defend lies and prevent their debunking. Keynesian broken window economics, modern monetary theory, and progressive fiscal policies debunked by economic physics, yet they keep voting for them, feeding them more money through taxes to keep the lies alive. You ever heard the line that socialism or communism works, it just hasn't been done right? Despite debunking, they defend these lies and their beliefs in them. That's why my fiduciary advice faced fierce opposition. I attacked their greatest investments, their ego investments, like telling some poor pleb clients today that they're living life wrong. Telling the truth is an insult to those living a lie. The only service you can provide is feeding them the lies they wish to hear. If you're familiar with the Christian religion, remember that Jesus Christ was hated by the chief priests and teachers of religious law of his time for calling out their lies. They conspired to have him killed, ensuring an agonizing death, What if he had let them continue living their lives? If the religion is the exclusive universal truth it purports itself to be, those chief priests and conspirators would be burning hot in hell right now. Would any Christian suggest that justice was not served in that case? That evil was not punished? There's an order. You can call it God, karma, nature, the universe, reality, or whatever, that punishes the dishonest. You don't need to be the preacher of truth or dealer of corrections. God or nature does it for us all. Is this what Christians meant by God has a plan? I don't know. Perhaps. Even if you could perform miracles like Jesus proving the truth, those living lies would still deny it. Minds not capable of letting go, much like the chief priests in Jesus' time. Up to half of our economy is based on lying because it's in demand. Entire companies, industries, and professions revolve around it. Direct culprits such as marketing, fashion, politics, and Hollywood, or indirect conspirators, shout out to the teachers, politicians, journalists, ESG folks, nonprofits, and the SJW circus, enabling our lie-infested lives. The falsehood economy caters to a concept that maybe all its victims possess. That's why believers in falsehoods get so upset when you don't play along. Their lives are built on the lunacy or the lie they live. They might be total failures, with no hope of finding romance, freedom, or joy, yet they get satisfaction forcing you to address them with misfitted pronouns or correcting you for using the wrong ones. That is their sole source of satisfaction, temporary as it may be. When a trans person with a beard and a bulge corrects you by saying, "It's ma'am," that gives them more satisfaction than a powerful orgasm. Welcome to the realm where the most precious possessions are often fabrications. A hairy-legged feminist's worthless degree in women's studies, a seemingly sane person's concocted mental illness to garner attention from others with, or the politically impassioned, entirely unemployable individual's crusades. Consider the feminist who derailed her financial future chasing a gender studies degree, learning more ways to harbor resentment towards men. She clings to it like it's the Holy Grail, paying an exorbitant price for a metaphorical suicide into a make-believe existence. When someone drops inconvenient truth bombs, or worse, refuses to play along with the masquerade, they snatch away the most precious thing in these lives. A mirror held up, forcing them to confront their real-world existence, which is that of a loser, a nobody, a sloth, or even a parasite. It's a painful reminder of what they could have had. Love, family, true wealth, beauty, happiness. But laziness barred them from pursuing it. Any action, from explicit debunking to living by example, sets them off, enrages them, and drives them to attack. Like the simps resisting help breaking their addiction to pornography, already having dug their graves. Despite unequivocal evidence of their lives going to waste, they defend the porn sanctuary fiercely. My attack on it became an attack on them, provoking anger, hatred, and rage. I don't have a problem! Porn is okay! At least I'm not doing bad things to women in real life. I'm not hurting anyone when I jerk off. In fact, I feel good. Fuck you, Copeland, you're an asshole! These are the things they would say. While my olive branches were shoved into a wood chipper, a cathartic moment occurred for me. Much like in The Matrix Reloaded, the Oracle tells Neo, you didn't come here to make a choice. You've already made it. The same applies to the simps, fidelity clients, poor pleb coaching clients, and all others clinging to lies. They aren't seeking alternatives or improvements. Choices are made, and now they want to justify life-ruining decisions for themselves. Why not give it to them? Or better yet, sell it to them for a profit. The next chapter unveils the Sheconomy, a result of women rejecting common sense, age-old wisdom, scientific facts, and nature's laws for a lie fed by feminism, politicians, Oprah, corporate America, social media, and the Walt Disney Company. The lie is that these entities know better than millennia of evolution, history, science, and sociology. They've chosen their path, and convincing them otherwise is futile. So why not capitalize on it? I don't want to waste my life arguing with American feminists. I'd rather be in Mexico, the Philippines, Estonia, Chile, or Malaysia, enjoying the company of women who love, appreciate, and respect men. While the feminists rant, I'm busy living a better life with superior, yet submissive, women internationally. The icing on the cake is benefiting from the grifting and exploitation of American feminist propaganda-believing imbeciles who bought the ideology, idiocy, hook, line, and sinker. In the book Benefit from Your Breakup, I wrote that the best revenge is making your life so awesome that your ex wishes she could still be part of it. I advocate a similar action and attitude here. Don't try to win arguments. Just win at life. This book will show you how. Don't tell the Empress she has no clothes on. Just snap pictures of her and sell them on OnlyFans. Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book Riches from Bitches, Exploiting the Sheconomy for Profit by Cairo Copeland. Available on Amazon, Audible, and reinventideal.com.